In February 2025, a 30-year-old nurse named Adriana Smith walked into a hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, seeking help for severe headaches. She was 9 weeks pregnant with her second child. Within days, she was declared brain dead, her life forever altered by a devastating medical emergency. But her story didn't end there. For nearly 4 months, her body was kept on life support not for her, but for the fetus she carried. Why? Because of Georgia's strict abortion laws. This is the heartbreaking and controversial case of Adriana Smith. A story that raises profound questions about life, death, and who gets to decide. Join me as we unravel this tragedy, explore its legal and ethical implications, and ask, could this happen again? Adriana Smith was a 30-year-old woman, a dedicated registered nurse, and a loving mother to a 5-year-old son. Living in Atlanta, Georgia, she was known for her compassion and commitment to caring for others. In early February 2025, Adriana was 9 weeks pregnant with her second child, a boy she would never get to meet. Her life took a tragic turn when she began experiencing intense headaches, a symptom that led her to seek treatment at Northside Hospital. After receiving medication, Adriana was sent home without any scans or tests, according to her mother, April Newkirk. The next morning, her boyfriend woke to find her gasping for air, making gurgling noises. He called 911, and Adriana was rushed to Emory Decatur Hospital, then transferred to Emory University Hospital. A CT scan revealed multiple blood clots in her brain. Within hours, she was declared brain dead, legal and medical determination that meant Adriana was no longer alive. Despite her body being kept functioning by machines, for Adriana's family, this was the beginning of an unimaginable ordeal. But what happened next would turn their private tragedy into a national controversy. Spotlighting Georgia's restrictive abortion laws and the complex intersection of medical ethics and reproductive rights, Adriana was 9 weeks pregnant when she was declared brain dead. At this stage, her fetus had detectable cardiac activity, often referred to as a heartbeat, which under Georgia's Living Infants Fairness and Equality Act, or LIFE Act, triggers strict abortion restrictions. Passed in 2019 and enforced after the 2022 overturning of Roe v. Wade. The LIFE Act bans abortions after about 6 weeks, with exceptions for rape, incest, or when the mother's life is at risk. But what about a case like Adriana's, where the mother is legally dead? According to April Newkirk, Emory University Hospital informed the family that they were legally required to keep Adriana on life support to preserve the fetus, citing the LIFE Act's fetal personhood provisions. This meant Adriana's body would be sustained, not for her own recovery, but to allow the fetus to develop until it could be delivered via cesarean section. The family, including Adriana's young son, had no say in the matter. Her mother April described the experience as torture, saying, "I see my daughter breathing, but she's not there." The hospital's decision wasn't without medical precedent. Known as maternal somatic support, this rare practice involves keeping a brain-dead woman's body alive to sustain a pregnancy. A 2021 review, co-authored by Dr. Vincenzo Berghella, found 35 such cases worldwide since 1982, with an average support duration of about 7 weeks. But Adriana's case was exceptional. She was kept on life support for nearly 4 months, from mid-February to mid-June, approximately 120 days. Why did the hospital interpret the law this way? And was it truly required? These questions would fuel a heated debate, drawing attention from activists, lawmakers, and bioethicists across the country, and even beyond that. On June 13, 2025, after nearly 4 months on life support, Adriana's baby was delivered via emergency cesarean section at Emory University Hospital, named Chance. The boy weighed just 1 pound. 13 ounces, about 830 grams was born extremely preterm, at roughly 6 months gestation. Chance was immediately admitted to the neonatal intensive care unit, where he remains in critical but stable condition. April Newkirk told local news station 11 Alive, "He's expected to be okay. He's just fighting. We just want prayers for him." But Chance's future remains uncertain. Before his birth, doctors warned that the fetus had fluid on the brain, raising concerns about potential blindness, mobility issues, or even survival. April expressed the family's mixed emotions, saying they wanted the baby, but believed the choice should have been theirs, not the state's. This sentiment lies at the heart of the controversy. Who has the right to make such decisions in a case as complex as this? Chance's birth was a bittersweet moment for the family. Just days later, on June 17th, Adriana was taken off life support, allowing her body to finally rest in peace. The family had celebrated what would have been Adriana's 31st birthday on June 15th at a private church service. Joined by abortion rights activists, they cut a birthday cake and released white balloons in her honor, a poignant farewell to a woman whose life had touched so many. Adriana Smith's case ignited a firestorm of legal and ethical debates. Georgia's Life Act, which grants personhood to fetuses with detectable cardiac activity, was interpreted by Emory University Hospital as requiring life support to continue. But was this interpretation correct? In May 2025, Georgia's Attorney General, Christopher Carr, stated that the Life Act does not require keeping a brain-dead woman on life support, as removing life support is not an abortion. Bioethicists like Thaddeus Pope and Lois Shepard agreed, noting that Georgia's law does not explicitly mandate such treatment. Yet the hospital's caution highlights a broader issue: the uncertainty created by fetal personhood laws. Law professor Mary Ziegler explained that there's a disconnect between the Attorney General's assurances and the fears of doctors and hospital lawyers who worry about legal repercussions. This fear stems from the 2022 Dobbs v. Jackson ruling, which overturned Roe v. Wade and opened the door to state-level abortion bans. In Georgia, Republican Senator Ed Setzler, a sponsor of the Life Act, supported the hospital's decision, saying it was appropriate to prioritize the fetus's life. Bioethicists raised deeper concerns. Kimberly Mutcherson called the case inevitable due to vaguely written laws, while Stephen Ralston argued that abortion restrictions have disrupted long-standing medical frameworks. The family's lack of consent was particularly troubling. Monica Simpson of Sister Song, a reproductive justice organization, said her family deserved the right to have decision-making power about her medical decisions. What do you think? Should hospitals have the authority to override family wishes in such cases? Adriana's case also brought racial equity concerns to the forefront. As a black woman, her story resonated with activists who pointed to the black maternal health crisis in the United States. Black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women, according to the CDC. Monica Simpson noted that Adriana's initial dismissal at Northside Hospital, where she was sent home witut scans, raises questions about whether she received adequate care. Was her race a factor? It's a question that lingers, especially given Georgia's history of maternal deaths linked to abortion restrictions. In 2024, the deaths of 2 Georgia women, Amber Thurman and Candy Miller, were linked to the Life Act after they faced delays in treatment for abortion complications. These cases, highlighted by Kamala Harris during the presidential race, were deemed preventable by a state medical body. Adriana's case added fuel to the fire, with activists like Simpson building a memorial altar called Trust Black Women to honor her. Meanwhile, some abortion rights opponents, like Students for Life, fundraised to support the hospital's care for the family. How do these racial and political divides shape our understanding of Adriana's story? Adriana's case isn't the first of its kind. In 2014, Marlise Munoz, a pregnant Texas woman, was kept on life support for 2 months after being declared brain dead, despite her family's objections. A judge eventually ruled that the hospital misapplied state law, and life support was removed. In 2023, a Florida woman's pregnancy was extended for weeks after brain death, resulting in a live birth. These cases, though rare, highlight the ethical tightrope hospitals walk when balancing fetal and maternal rights. As of June 19, 2025, baby Chance remains in the NICU fighting for his life. His family continues to grapple with their loss, supported by a GoFundMe campaign that raised $105,000 by mid-May to cover medical costs. Meanwhile, Adriana's case has spurred action. Democratic Representatives Nikema Williams, Ayanna Pressley, Sarah Jacobs introduced a resolution urging states to clarify fetal personhood laws and address the black maternal health crisis. What changes would you like to see in how these cases are handled? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on this journey into one of the most complex stories of 2025. If this video moved you, please like, subscribe, and share it to keep the conversation going.